Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the community once again. Now, something just what happened where the AES forces, they have actually seized a military fighter jet which actually belonged to Nigeria, okay, and the reasons are actually going to shock. Well, as a patriotic and a free African, I actually want to make sure that I unfold this story here so that we can better understand it. Okay, so make sure that you watch this video to understand better why they have actually seized this military, fighter jets belonging to Nigeria. The head or the president for the Confederation of, the Sahel state, okay, known as Assimi Goïta. This man has actually, ordered or commanded the fact that if any aircraft actually was to enter their airspace unauthorized, they should make sure that they shoot down. So this is something that has actually been announced officially from the president of Mali, and he is the head for the AES. Before we go deeper into this, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell, because we need amazing, fantastic, and true Africans to make sure that we build a legitimate community where we can discuss important issues concerning our continent of Africa. So join us by subscribing. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, what is actually what will happen here? Let me show you this this year. But before that, this happened to be the military jets belonging to to Nigeria. Look at this, okay, a very beautiful military fighter jet. Specifically, that is C-130, okay, that is C-130. So Nigeria, the question is that you have this aircraft, and instead of using it against the terrorism that is actually going on in the country, against specifically the Christian community, instead of you to actually use it to fight the terrorism, you're actually keeping it. And when an issue happened in West Africa, Benin, you actually flown it. The president actually deployed military jets, fighter jets to Benin, and it actually ended in Burkina Faso, which is part of the AES. And the question is that, look, why have they actually flown this particular military fighter jet to Burkina Faso, which belonged to the AES? Now let us unfold this. Now this happened to be to the map here, and ladies and gentlemen, looking at where Nigeria is, you can actually see that, look, Nigeria, there is Benin between Nigeria and Burkina Faso, okay, and from Nigeria we also have a country which is known as Togo, and from Togo we also have Ghana, and Ghana actually shares border, okay, with Burkina Faso. But looking at where this is where the distance actually was landed, I mean the Nigerian fighter jet, this is where it actually was landed. Ladies and gentlemen, so why isn't that this particular fighter jet was landed, was actually found in this space of the AES, specifically in Burkina Faso? And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that the Burkinabè fighter jets, okay, their military fighter jet also forced this particular fighter jets which belong to ECOWAS in Nigeria. They forced it to land in Bobodiala, so in Nigeria. That's Burkina Faso, sorry, okay, yesterday. Yesterday they forced it to actually land there, and of course 11 military personnel, they have actually been detained by the Burkinabè military. They have actually detained them and seized the aircraft which belong to Nigeria. And now, according to some verified sources, okay, Nigeria, the president for Nigeria, Mr. Tinubu, is actually doing this on a command received from France. Okay, this is not from me, this is something I've actually read from a news community, okay, saying that Nigeria has actually, the president has actually been commanded by the French president, okay, the French president, or France was President Macron, to make sure that he assists the loyal military personnel who are actually standing by the president of Benin Republic, okay, Patrice Talon, to make sure that he sees back power strongly and officially from the military who claims the fact that they have actually seized power from him. So you can actually see that France has actually lost access to a lot of its colonies in West Africa, remaining few one. Let me say Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Benin. These countries are the French countries that actually remaining as the colonies for France. So when the incidents actually happened, where it was actually televised, the fact that, look, the military attempted to actually seize power from the president. Now that France is not actually cruise here in Africa, okay? So the president for France actually was called Mr. Tinubu to make sure that he act quickly by saving the president of Benin. So he also deployed a fighter jet, and ladies and gentlemen, this happened to be the fighter jet of Nigeria when it was about to leave Benin. You can actually look at it. Yes, this is where it was actually, they were actually in what, Benin, and the fighter jet was about what, to take off from Benin. So when they actually would take off from what, Benin, it was actually found in Burkina Faso, which is part of the AES. And the question is that why did they actually go to to that particular place? You cannot actually say that this actually happened unintentionally, or this actually happened, coincidentally. I think they actually want, have a notion of doing this. The AES, they have actually released a message, and this is the official message or statement from them, saying that the Confederation of Sahel States informs the public that an aircraft belonging to the Air Force of the Federal Republic of Nigeria type C-130 was forced to land this day, December 8, 2025, in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso specifically. The military plane had on board 2 crew members and 9 passengers, all military personnel, in total 11. Okay, an investigation was immediately opened by the competent Burkinabè authorities and has established the absence of authorization for the overflight of Burkinabè territory for this military aircraft. Okay, the Confederation of Sahel States condemns in the strongest terms this violation of its airspace and of the sovereignty of its member states. Faced with this unfriendly act conducted in disregard of international law and international rules of civil blah 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 here. So you can actually hear this, okay? So it simply means that the fighter jets of Nigeria got into the aircraft which belong to the AES, specifically Burkina Faso. So Mr. Tinubu, why your people, your fighter jets, why was this actually found in Burkina Faso? And according to some people actually was alleging some news communities actually was alleging the fact that, look, this particular fighter jet belonging to Nigeria actually did this also on a command from the president of that particular from the former colonial master. So why, Mr. Tinubu, why? What we are actually against is that Nigerians, we have terrorism, against these people of Nigeria, where a lot of people have actually been killed, specifically Christians. And you have, war, apparatus, you have equipment, accoutrements you can actually use to save the citizens of Nigeria, and you are not actually deploying them. But when you actually got, what we call a command from, France, you deploy a fighter jet from Nigeria to Benin. And do you actually think that these people are actually going to accept it? Do you think they're actually going to agree with Nigeria for this action that has actually been taken? Ladies and gentlemen, let us actually know your thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget to actually like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because we need more fantastic and true Africans like you to build this community with you. Okay?